Here to react is New York Post columnist Karol Markowicz. Karol, always so great to see you. You are I think I can say, a former New Yorker. You were so smart and got out and headed to Florida. Your thoughts, do you think more people will follow suit when they see people in the city leading like this?
Hi, Lydia and Brian. So nice to be on with you. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I don't know, because I think that the New Yorkers that voted for Zohran Mamdani voted for this. Like, I don't know that anybody is surprised right now in New York, or should be, because to be fair to Zohran Mamdani, he ran as this guy. I would refer to him as the commie candidate, and I'd have people say, no, communism's over. He's not running as a communist. He literally was running as a communist. I was born in the Soviet Union. Collective housing was what we had. And you could talk to any ex-Soviet and they'll tell you just how amazing that was, when housing was not an individual right, but something that people did together.
Can you just indulge me for a second, Karol? Because I was watching the clip of Cea, okay? And she said something like, white people and even POCs, as she said, are going to have a different relationship with property. Now, I'm nervous enough about communists who come straight out and say what they think, but I think maybe the worst ones are the ones who speak like this, because it's like they're brainwashed, Karol. She's using brainwashed language right now. Yeah,
absolutely. This woman clearly got some communist brainwashing along the way and believes this to be a good idea. Communism has failed every single time it's been tried. It has never worked. And so the idea that the Mamdani administration is going to be first to make it successful is ridiculous. And of course, it's always somebody as white as this woman telling us that housing is a white supremacy goal. It's ridiculous. And the upspeak in the clip is just, really the bow on it.
And Karol, you'll know this. I can't resist, as a former local reporter here in New York City, letting our viewers in on some facts about the conditions of what public housing in New York City is. The quality of that is really like, and that's what she's calling for. Yeah. It's often called NYCHA. The conditions are abysmal. The mismanagement is rampant. Allegations of fraud aplenty. It is not the type of place that anyone would want to live. And I think for voters, to your point about who voted for Mamdani, they just need a little bit of taste of that. And I just think these young voters are not going to like it.
Right. I think the same thing. I think once the reality hits them, they're going to see what it actually is like. The projects, as we refer to them in New York, the public housing, were somewhere no one wanted to be there. No one wanted to live there. The conditions were terrible. And that's what government housing is all about. That's what happens when the government runs housing. It's why private property is so important. It's why New Yorkers should defend it now.
There's a sort of insanity to what they're saying. But I also think with Mamdani, there is a ruthless focus on getting it done. And that's what actually concerns me, Karol. Do you think that some of these, they sound like they're out of a communist textbook, but do you see his administration actually making a lot of this stuff happen?
I really don't, actually. I think a lot of the things that he proposes are impossible to implement. I mean, just even the free buses. He's already run into such a big issue with that. I don't think he's ever going to make that happen. In the time that he's taken office, actually, train prices have gone up. I mean, he doesn't have control over a lot of things. Having said that, the New York City mayor does have a lot of power, and he can make things really bad for a lot of New Yorkers. So I don't know that he's going to be able to implement his entire agenda, but things can be on a downward spiral very quickly.
Well, Karol, we always like getting your commentary, and we're just always hoping that one day you're going to come back and join us here in the Big Apple.
Or you guys will move to Florida.
Right.
Come on.
That's maybe the more likely scenario.
Come on, you're teasing us now. Karol, great stuff. Thanks for being with us today. Thanks for your insight.
Great to see you guys.